YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm excited because I'm going to be giving you guys my first impression review of the Saucony Endorphin Shift. And I'd quickly like to thank Mr. Random for commenting and requesting this shoe review down in the comments below. And if you guys have any shoes you want me to review, I'd encourage you to also comment down below and do the same. Without further ado, let's get into my first impression review of the Saucony Endorphin Shift. Designed to give your body a break, the Saucony Endorphin Shift takes a new approach to make your runs feel easier by reducing the stress on your feet and treating them to lots of feel-good cushioning. The secret is in the shoe's thicker midsole, which features a stiffer forefoot and is shaped like the legs of a rocking chair to deliver a feeling of continuous momentum. So that all sounds well and good, but does it really hold up to that cushiony rocking chair hype? Gonna find out right now. So starting off with a couple of quick specs, the Endorphin Shift comes in weighing at 10.4 ounces in a men's size 9 and 9.3 ounces in a woman's size 8. Heel to toe drop is a 38 millimeters in the heel to 34 millimeters in the forefoot for a total of a 4 millimeter drop from heel to toe, which for me, that's a little less than I'm used to, but still enjoyed it. It's so high up, it doesn't quite feel like it's that little of a shoe drop. I was getting some Hoka vibes from it to be honest, like looking kind of at the Hoka Clifton, that often has a 4 millimeter drop as well, so I can get down with that. That was all right. Now you'll know I like to start from the top down, so we're gonna look at Saucony's upper first. They're starting off with what Saucony calls a engineered sandwich mesh upper, which is supposed to be ultra lightweight and ultra well fitting for the foot. And it's designed around the look and feel of what a track spike was supposed to have. And you know, I was kind of feeling it. The initial slide-in foot feel felt really comfortable. For me, you guys are gonna notice a theme. This upper really did it for me. I really enjoyed how seamless it felt on the slide in and also how comfortable it felt throughout my entire first run. There were no hot spots, there was no rubbing. I felt like the midfoot lockdown was great, and they even have a nice fully gusseted tongue inside the shoe, which really did help with the lockdown for me. Not all shoes are having that now. They're kind of leaning towards that in the industry, but you don't see that in every shoe, and I was really enjoying that in this one in particular. And I think that goes along with what they call the form fit upper 2, which says it's designed to hug your foot in 3D comfort for a personalized fit. And again, all of these lines are nice for marketing, but with this shoe, I actually was kind of believing that because they really do have some nice mesh uppers in the lacing system. The laces were a little long for me, to be honest, but I think if you use the second notch in this ankle area, you're gonna get a lot better benefit with those, and you're not gonna have as much slapping around with the laces. They have a really nice, hard, firm TPU heel counter, and as you can see here, this thing is firm as hell. They made this design to help guide your foot in a natural running motion, but also add some medial stability so you're not over pronating as much. And again, I think a lot of these highly cushioned shoes are moving in that direction. We saw that with the Nike Miler as well, and you can see that with something like the Hoka Arahi, where there's no thick posting on the medial side to keep you from over pronating, but they add some inherent stability in the shoe to guide your foot going in the right direction from heel to toe off. So again, I think this would be a great way to reduce mild overpronation in someone if you tend to get tired at the end of a long run and maybe get a little lazy with your stride. And I have that problem a lot too. So that's something that I noticed pretty much immediately. And I really dug it. And you'll notice that they have a pull tab on both the tongue of the shoe and the heel of the shoe. Now, I always like a pull tab on the heel of the shoe. I don't quite get what they're doing here with on the tongue of the shoe. I think the gusseted tongue kind of does that job well enough anyway. You know, I mean, it doesn't really add any extra weight, so I guess I can't hate on that. Going along those lines, the padded tongue feels really cushioned. I think the fit around the ankle feels really good and solid, so I really enjoyed that as well. Now moving on to the midsole, Saucony is implementing their new power running midsole cushioning, which is designed to be soft, but also firm enough to implement a lot of energy return within the stride. And I think that goes along with their new quote unquote speed roll technology, which is what a lot of which is what a lot of daily trainers are going towards now, pretty much on any shoe brand. It's the same thing as the Hoka Meta Rocker or the new Nike rocking material as well. So they're all kind of going with that. It increases efficiency in the stride. It doesn't hurt if you're a mid or forefoot striker, but you really do feel it if you're a heel striker. I'm more of a midfoot striker, so I didn't really feel it immediately, but when I started going downhill, you really feel kind of that roll when you're hitting your heel on the ground. And the cushioning in the heel feels a lot softer to me than the cushioning in the forefoot. Finally, moving on to the outsole. The outsole, pretty basic. They're calling it their XT900 rubber outsole, and as you can see, it's only implemented in some places where there's common wear patterns, reinforced mostly in the outside of the heel and the inside of the toe box, because that's, again, we've gone over this, usually biomechanically you land on the outside of your heel and roll toe off on your big toe inside. So there's a roll there, and that's where most of your rubber outsole gets worn down. And that goes into my durability prediction, which I think, because it's a firmer midsole and a pretty decently developed outsole, I think it's going to give you your standard maybe 300 to 400 miles, maybe 500 if you're extra economical or you run on softer surfaces. What will I use this shoe for? My first impression has me using the shoe for anything from easy, slow recovery runs to mileage runs, medium day runs, maybe even a long run. I could see if I was doing kind of just a standard, easier long run where I'm just trying to get time on feet, then this would be a great shoe for that. I don't think I'll bring this thing down anywhere to, like, let's say marathon pace or faster, just because there's other shoes better for that, and to me, I don't think it would be worth it to go out wearing one of these for something a little bit quicker. Moving on to my positives and drawbacks, I think my positive is something I mentioned earlier, and that is the comfort of this upper. It fits great, it breathes well, it feels comfortable from sliding your foot in initially to running in it the whole entire way. I love the padded tongue, I love the padded heel. I felt like the solid TPU in the back was definitely helping guide my foot and heel pretty well, and I was just overall really happy with how comfortable and breathable this upper was. And it's kind of the saving grace for my drawback, which is the stack height of the shoe. I think Saucony didn't get it quite right with how platformy the shoe feels. In some areas, it felt kind of unstable, taking a hard turn or running on a little bit of grass, you know. It just kind of felt like at some points you weren't in a great place stability-wise on top of such a large, firm bit of foam. So we'll see if that breaks in a little bit in a couple more miles when I give you my full review after 50, but until then, that is my current drawback. Finally, moving on to the price of the shoe. I would say at $140, that's a pretty fair standard price. I'd love it if it was down to $130 and even more if it was $120, but I get it. They gotta raise these prices on us, you know, so I would say for getting 400 to 500 to 600 miles out of the shoe, it's probably worth it, but only time will tell. So in conclusion, I think it'll be a pretty solid shoe for easy runs and easier long runs or mileage day runs, just to give your legs a break and recover, let the shoe do a little bit of the work for you, and I think it'll definitely make it to 50 miles in my rotation. Can't wait to bring you guys my full review of the shoe, and stay tuned for more on the Saucony Endorphin Shift. That about does it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you have another shoe review request for me. I love getting new shoes and I love trying them out and giving you guys my thoughts on them. So I'm gonna leave it there for today, guys. So until next time, y'all know the drill. Stay healthy, stay chill. Cheers, friends.